Okay, guys, on this one, let's jump into a couple new drafts, or not new drafts, a couple more drafts. In this episode, we're going to be hitting on the first one here, an interesting quarterback play, and then some late round stuff that I'm not really sure what I'm going to do on actually, as far as like if it's good or not. First one here, I'm actually really excited about this one. I We didn't look at the last round together, if I'm not mistaken. I took Deontay Johnson here in the eighth round, and I want to try to get Dallas Goedert to pair up with Hurts. Part of me was thinking take Dallas Goedert here, but that would have been well earlier than ADP. This is pick number what 90, 94 here, and Goddard usually goes or 99. So it wasn't well past or well earlier than ADP. But when I was looking this through, I noticed that every single team had a tight end here, which means they all had kind of stud tight ends on this side of the board. And Bowers and Goddard were both available. I was thinking if I didn't take Goddard right here, but instead took my next wide receiver, I could either end up with Bowers or Goddard on the way back around. Bowers went here, but that meant that better chance that Goddard made it all the way through, which he did. So we're definitely going to take Goddard here that way, hopefully. I mean, I could try to push him back around this way, but I don't want to risk it. I want to take the ADP value that I got, knowing that he's probably going to take him just because that's how these players seem to work most of the time, just based on ADP. But you're going to see me do that later on, I think, some of these other drafts. So we're going to take Goddard here, and if you think about it, I could have had either Deontay Johnson here, and you could pick your poison as far as which wide receiver to take. But I took Deontay Johnson here. Um, I could have Deontay Johnson and Goddard, or I could have Goddard and Curtis Samuel, or Bowers and Curtis Samuel. So you can kind of debate, like, do you want Bowers or Goddard, or do you want Deontay Johnson or one of these other guys? And I wouldn't disagree with you in some ways as far as some of those things go. But if you just want to take a look at the two players, or maybe like three players involved here, right? If I take Goddard here, I end up with Goddard and Samuel. Or if I push them around and I take a wide receiver maybe a little earlier based on ADP, but then I push that tight end way around, I end up with Johnson and Goddard. So super pumped that I was able to do this. I did the same thing in an earlier draft with Kittle around this time right over here or so. So these tight ends seem to be the one position you can push the most or be a little more strategic about. Sometimes quarterback, but wide receiver. I mean, tight end. We are definitely going Goddard here and feeling really good about it. I'm actually thinking, just so you know, what I'm thinking here is I got Lockett queued up as well. I'm thinking, just first thought was take Goddard here, and then depending on what happens on the way back around, I might try to take Lockett right here, and then I'm setting up either on the way back around or next couple rounds. I got a couple options as far as QBs go. I can go and take maybe Cousins if he falls, or if Cousins doesn't fall. This is actually the one time I took Walker, and so maybe I can take a Walker, what's his name, Lockett, and then Geno Smith stack or something like that. Lockett, what's his ADP? I guess it's based on ADP. It wouldn't be the best move 120, but maybe I still take him right a little early. Unless there's something that I can think of that's better, but I don't know. Maybe Trey Benson. I haven't grabbed him a lot. I do have Walker and Zamir White, so I don't really, I'm not really looking to build out that running back, but it will be round 10. And so grabbing Trey Benson or Bijan or Brian Robinson, any of these guys over here is not a bad idea also. So I'll have to think about it. Do I want to get my third running back there, or do I want to just stick with two and then build out a little later on with it? But we're definitely going Goddard right here, 100%. Next one here, 19th round, two picks left. Basically, have my team built out. I like this one. I got Richardson and Williams is my QBs. I got three tight ends already. I could go four tight ends on this one. I got tons of good amount of running backs. starting with Gibbs and then Warren Benson, Wright, Davis, then Roshan Johnson down there too. On this one here, and I think I'm going to get Kraft in the 20th round. I'm getting Kraft over and over again in the 20th round here lately, and we'll find out if that's a good idea or a bad idea, but I'm doing it right now. I could use another wide receiver here just to kind of fill things out. And Odell Beckham is well past ADP, and I'm not getting him at all in any other drafts, like ever. And so I figure, why not just draft a player that I never see another time? He builds out my wide receiver group. I don't need any more correlation with anything at all. And there's nothing really super obvious to correlate with. I mean, I do have Arizona and Dortch, but I'd rather go Beckham and see what happens. I think just because Dortch, just to get the ADP value. Not that it really matters a whole ton here, but again, I'm never going to get him otherwise. So we're drafting Beckham here. Next one, late round again. I have Sanders queued up here. I have 3 picks left. I got 2 tight ends. I got my stud and Kittle, and then Chig here is my number 2, Parent Levis. I feel like getting another tight end makes sense. I feel like getting another wide receiver QB makes sense. This is the one Will Levis I was going to probably grab. Treylon Burks, like the last pick, but look who's still available. Allen's still available here, 212. And I did pass up on running backs, and I got Warren and Singletary as my top 2. So the more running back firepower, the better. In fact, I took Roshan Johnson here because he fell. I feel like instead of taking like Sanders as my 3rd tight end, and then because I can get Kraft here in the last round probably again, and I like him just as much, I think. These guys all got 3 wide receivers, or 3 quarterbacks, sorry. I can take another running back here in Allen. I can then, on the way back around, take O'Connell if I want to. Not that he's great, but I mean, I've been kind of enjoying the 3 quarterback builds, especially when I get someone that's really iffy as my number 2, and hopefully 2, like an iffy and a more iffy, help out a little bit. So Allen, then O'Connell, and then I'll go, tight end next. So it'll be Sanders or Kraft or someone like that. If Kraft, probably. I assume Sanders would be taken by that time. So we're going Allen here. And we're just, I mean, I really like this because we don't need Burks. While he'd be fun to pair, he might not even be on the team, and he's kind of a throwaway. No one expects anything. So he's a throwaway number 8 wide receiver. I think we just stick with 7 really good ones, or 6 really good ones, and then a 7th with draft capital. We're going to Allen here. And this gives us so many opportunities to hit on running back. Like someone's got to do something, right? Someone's got to do something. Kind of exciting as far as that goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're going to Allen here. Everyone else has kind of got the running back room built out. So, which is interesting. Like, how does he fall this far? Like, why is his ADP so high? Maybe because people are just grabbing him way early in other ones, and no one grabbed him early in this one and built it out with other players, I guess. We'll take Allen here. Okay, last one. Round 19. Look who we got queued up again. We got Kraft queued up again over here. So in all these late drafts, I'm thinking 19th, 20th round makes sense for him. Look at this one here. I got A.T. Perry queued up too. Whenever I want him, he always gets taken. But I did take Carr to pair up with Olave. And so I think Perry makes sense for like the last pick or second to last pick here. I'm debating whether does Kraft make it all the way to 239? I don't know. Does Perry make it all the way to 239? I don't know. ADP wise, Kraft is 226. A.T. Perry is 229. So based on ADP, he'd make it, the wide receiver. If we look here at what we got going on, We got 6, 8, 8, 8, 8, 6, 6, 8, 8, 6. So 2, 4, 6, 8 wide receivers get taken. Probably at least 8 wide receivers get taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're getting to the bottom of the barrel there as far as wide receivers go. Tight end wise, how many get taken? He's got Ferguson and Frymouth. He could take one. It's like half of one there. Ingram and Komet. I mean, again, probably shouldn't, but could take one. Because this guy took a third one, even though he probably shouldn't. I don't think, or he doesn't have to at least. So one gets taken, and then we got over here. Andrews and Hawkinson, he takes one, so that's 2. He probably takes one at least. 2. He takes 1, 3. And then Dallas Goedert, like I said, he probably takes 1, 2, 4. So four tight ends get taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that's tough. This is tough. I got a lot of Krafts. I don't have a lot of Perry. I do think Kraft is more important to this build though too. Perry's just like a hey, fun because it actually makes sense this time. Because this one I did draft a lot of wide receivers in a row, starting in the second round. 1, 2, 3. Then I skipped 4, 5, 6. I guess not as many as I thought. Oh, whoops, I'm getting drafts mixed up. Okay, this is not my 3 tight end build. This is my 2 tight end build here. I do have a lot of wide receiver who's available still. Getting my teams mixed up just a little bit. I was thinking this was the Will Levis. Is Will Levis on? No, Will Levis is not on this team. Okay, getting it mixed up just a tad. That's what happens when you got a bunch going on. I still think Kraft maybe makes the most sense here. Derek Carr's my 3rd quarterback. It doesn't matter a whole lot either way, probably. But Derek Carr's my 3rd quarterback. Perry's role is unknown and actually looked at as a negative for the most part right now. And based on rank at QB, at wide receiver, I mean, I got other players that could fall to me that are just as, if not more interesting at tight end. I have him as my best available right there. Theo Johnson's right below. So as long as one of those two made it to me, not that, let's see, I have round 12, round 14. So either one. I'm getting a lot of Kraft. Do I need another Green Bay Packer? Does it make sense to? Let's see what the Love team's got going on. That'll be our deciding factor, I think. What the Love team has right here. He's got 3 tight ends. Conklin, Hill, Kelsey. He's not taking. Okay. Let's take A.T. Perry on this one because I think the wide receiver plays better on this team considering I'm not as strong at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 than it was all the way down here for 6 and all the way down here for 7. We didn't invest as much in this one in wide receiver as some other ones. Not like we invested bad, but not as much. We're gonna go Perry first because they both players correlate. I think he correlates in a way that is more important. to the build, considering I got Kincaid and Finit on this one. Yeah, we're gonna do it. See what happens. We're gonna get Kraft over and over again, I think. So let's get Perry here, and if we get Kraft on the way back, cool. If we don't, oh well, it wasn't meant to be. We got plenty already invested in Green Bay here, which would be a reason why to take them too. Okay, we're going Perry. Okay, there's the 4 drafts. This last one is the one I'm maybe most curious if I made the right move or the wrong move. I think it's kind of 50-50 either way. It probably doesn't matter either way for the most part. We got some interesting tight ends to look at also. At least 2, I think. Kraft and I guess we'll queue up those 2 right there. Hoping Kraft falls to me just because of all the Green Bay players that we got. As I click that, I'm also thinking, I don't even know, we could look and see why I wouldn't grab another New Orleans wide receiver. We know who those players are that are before him. Okay. That's what we got for today. Peace.